Good morning. Thanks for joining us. It is Monday. It is the 28th of April. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. Calm weather here compared to what was happening in the United States. Tornadoes ripping through the south. Arkansas was certainly hit the hardest. 17 people so far have been reported killed. Houses completely destroyed. Like
Oklahoma, 17 dead so far. It's just horrific.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later in our newscast. First, let's get to our current temperatures. It is a cold start today, especially to the north. Yeah, and we do not have the risk of tornadic activity by any means. We just don't have that push of warm air with that dry air behind it. That just kind of sets the stage for it. We don't have it, which is good news. I mean, there is a very, 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 very slight risk that down towards southwestern Ontario could see some thunderstorms. But for the most part, rain. That you need.
Kingston was good?
Kingston was good, yeah.
It
was sunny and it was good. It was cold. The wind was cold.
It was cold here too, really.
Yeah. It's cold everywhere.
Standing in the sun, it's not bad.
But yeah, like these people. These people are catching a few rays on park bench, enjoying it. So we'll get you into all the details of the rain to come. But first, Tom, what's going on the roads?
Well, you've heard
a couple of years, yeah. Well, it is going to be raining for a couple of days. Temperatures below seasonal until by the end of the week. That's when we get closer to our seasonal average of 14 degrees. It's Monday. It is the 28th of April, and even though we didn't have active weather here over the weekend, down toward the United States, deadly tornado outbreak. Tornadoes reported through Arkansas, through Oklahoma, through Iowa, through Missouri. It has been devastating down there. Just looking at some of the pictures, homes completely gone, only the foundation left standing.
Yeah, search and rescue underway, of course, and they're going to wait till the daylight to see just how bad. But apparently, one tornado was apparently about a mile wide,
and it was on the ground and destroyed I think two subdivisions right through Arkansas.
Terrible.
Yeah, just awful. Here we are going to be seeing an okay day today, but that same system is going to be affecting us for the remainder of the week, bringing us lots of rain. No risk of severe weather, just rain in the forecast. 2 degrees right now through Newmarket. We're looking at 5 through Oshawa. More rain on the way.
Now, add some time to your travel. If you're heading downtown, we've got the Gardiner down to 2 lanes in each direction.
How long is that going to last for?
Well, they're going to take a break down into the Pan Am Games and right into 2016, actually.
It's going to be 2 lanes until 2016?
On and off, yes. Yeah, they're redoing decking on the Gardiner. They're redoing bridges. So this basically from the Humber all the way over to almost the ACC.
I wonder if there's a street sign for sale called the Gardiner.
There are lots of signs available. How many did you say? 300? 1,700 signs going on sale. The old signs they take down from streets.
Yeah.
They're on sale. I think they start around $30.
Yes, bidding starts at $30, so it's like kind of an auction you got.
Yeah. So if you need a street sign, there you go.
All right, well, yesterday, or the weekend, rather, the weather was perfect for people to get out for the Oakville 10K. So fun. Not really. I can't see myself running, but all of these people really enjoyed the conditions. Loved it. Beautiful weather for exercising. Talk about the long range. You might want to get your run in this morning because the rest of the week, not so great. Here's Tom now with traffic.
You may want to run to work because it's probably
rain, rain, and more rain, literally. Thursday's the only day that we're actually going to see a bit of a break before the next system hits us for Friday and Saturday. And temperatures, unfortunately, are staying below our seasonal average. We should be around 14 for this time of year, and we're not even close for a couple of days. Well, we've got rain on the way. That's severe weather. That's down in the United States. That same system is going to be bringing us showers literally all week. It's going to develop later on this afternoon to the extreme southwest. It'll be our story through the overnight tonight, moving through the GTA tomorrow morning throughout the day, continuing to plague us throughout the day on Wednesday. And then by Thursday, we'll see a bit of a break, but then we're going to be dealing with the wraparound effect. From tonight to Wednesday, we're picking up about 30 to 40 millimeters of rain throughout the GTA. Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. It's the 28th of April. Today, still below our seasonal average. And for the remainder of the week, it's going to be a little on the cool side.
What else is new, you know? I mean, I was looking at all the bushes outside the house yesterday. Forsythia, things like no, not one flower on any of it.
My raspberries are growing.
Yeah, well,
that's all that matters to me.
Things are not happening.
No, it's cool, that's for sure, to start the day. So think toques and mitts and scarves, especially up in Orangeville. In Newmarket, we're only sitting at 2 degrees. Today moves up towards southern Ontario. It's going to start to affect us later on tonight, and it's right through till Wednesday. The good news is that we do have a very, very slight risk of isolated thunderstorms down towards the southwest, but it's certainly going to be nothing compared to the devastation and destruction that they've been dealing with down towards the U.S.
Oklahoma, Missouri, just a mess.
Yeah, Arkansas has certainly been hit the hardest by this tornado outbreak. And we'll have stories about that coming up. Yesterday was a great day to sit out and soak up some rays. These people were enjoying a nice park bench in Oakville down by the water, loving it. So, I mean, you really just have to take it for what it is, I suppose. Even though we're below seasonal, at least we saw some sunshine over the weekend. We'll talk about this rain on the way for the next couple of days in just a moment. But first, Tom, what a nuisance that is going to be on the gardener for the next couple of years.
Nuisance? Yeah, that's mild. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. But
Rain, rain, and more rain. Tom and I are just full of tons of good news today. 7 tomorrow, below seasonal. 8 for Wednesday, below seasonal. We start to get closer to where we should be for this time of year by Thursday, and we'll see a bit of a break in the rain. But it's really just going to be a day, because then we'll see the wraparound effect Friday, Saturday. So far, we're looking wet. Temperatures staying a little bit on the cool side for the remainder of the week through the GTA.
is getting through that area. Emily has got details on the rain that is to come.
Well, yeah, and it's going to last for a long time. We're going to see it develop through the overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning for the GTA. Continues throughout the day, all day Wednesday. By Thursday, we'll start to see a bit of a break, but then the wraparound effect will hit us for Friday and into Saturday. So from tonight until Wednesday, we'll expect to see about 30 to 40 millimeters throughout the GTA. I mean, we do need some rain. We don't need the cold temperatures that are going to accompany it, though. Temperatures are going to be below our seasonal average for tomorrow into Wednesday, and then finally by Thursday, we start to bump up. We should be closer to 14 for this time of year.
This weather segment.
Thankfully for us, the weekend was nice and sunny, and we saw temperatures close to seasonal. Unfortunately, for folks living in the United States, it was a completely different story. Deadly tornado outbreak hit communities through Arkansas incredibly hard. Unfortunately, there have been 16 deaths reported in Arkansas alone as of early this morning, and that number is expected to rise as volunteers go door to door, checking on their neighbors. And take a look at some of this video. Could you imagine being in your car on the highway, and that's exactly where this tornado went over, watching this storm, and there's nowhere you can go at that point. I mean, you're stuck in your vehicle. People that were in homes, had the chance to get into, safer areas, but if you were along the highway, this is what you were seeing. This is some of the damage, the aftermath, the devastation, and the destruction moving through parts of Arkansas. Look at that. That's just an aerial view of all the damage. Unbelievable, isn't it? Now, there is a risk throughout the United States again today, mostly through Mississippi. We are going to see that slight risk through Tennessee, but for the most part, it's been raining there all night, so that is going to diminish. Tomorrow, again, more risk. It certainly diminishes. That's good news as the system moves a little bit further north. It will be affecting southern Ontario, but more so down towards the southwest. It is going to be non-severe thunderstorm risk, Windsor all the way up towards the London corridor. We are going to be seeing some fairly significant amounts of rain, which is something that we do need throughout much of southern Ontario. Anywhere along the 401 corridor, we're looking at about 30 to 40 millimeters of rain, and this is going to keep us wet, not only for tonight into Wednesday, but right till the end of the week, and we'll talk more about that coming up in your long-range forecast. Right now, I'm going to turn things over to Tom Reynolds. He has an update on traffic. Yeah, all right. Thanks so much, Kevin. I don't know if it's I consider it nasty. You seem to think that we need the rain and that we want the rain. I guess farmers probably need the rain.
Totally. Yeah.
You want the rain for your grass seed.
Well, anything that's growing right now really does need rainfall. We had a lot of snow over the winter, but really it has been a bit dry lately.
It has. We haven't seen that kind of 63 plus millimeters that we normally see for the month of April.
The biggest thing with grass seed, the germination of these temperatures doesn't happen very well. So grass seeds, it's a bit cold.
I know nothing about growing
grass. Well, germination is good.
I bet it is. It must be.
It is. It's a good thing.
30 to 40 millimeters of rain on the way. And then do we have more rain on the way? I've got those details coming up in your long-range forecast. But first, Tom, the absolute misery that is now called to the gardener.
Oh, boy.
Normally, Tom talks about things lasting a couple of hours or possibly a couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks, but a couple of years? Oof, it's going to be a busy time for many people. 7 degrees tomorrow with that rain on the way. Temperatures below our seasonal average, only getting up to 8 on Wednesday. Thursday, we finally see a bit of a break in the rain, 13 degrees, close to seasonal. And then we'll see the wraparound effect from that exact same system. So more rain on the way, getting us closer to the weekend. Rain will develop tonight. This is the same system, by the way, that's causing all that severe weather down towards the U.S. It will track its way north, easing their weather woes, but bringing some wet weather to us. Now, it's literally just going to be rain for the GTA. Tomorrow, we could see a few isolated non-severe thunderstorms down to the extreme southwest. We'll see a bit of a break throughout the day on Thursday, but then into Friday and Saturday, the wraparound effect from this low brings us more rain. So from tonight until Wednesday, we're looking at about 30 to 40 millimeters throughout the GTA. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I just finished my 5K.
A bird just flipped me the claw yesterday.
I'm sorry. Did you just say a bird just flipped you the claw?
Yeah. He flipped me the claw yesterday, and he landed in the backyard. He wasn't happy.
See, that was Tom's story. My story was going to say, Brooklyn, my daughter,
yes,
loves spring animals. So now that she's getting into the animal noises.
Right.
Tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet.
Well, yeah, the other day she was doing cows. So
yeah.
No, a horse. A horse, yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't actually say birdie. She just goes, bye, tweet, tweet.
Oh,
bye, tweet, tweet.
That's nice. That's nice.
Not like flipping anybody
the claw. Flipping the claw. Yeah, the claw.
States that's going to move in through southern Ontario and give us some wet weather for almost the entire week. I'll have details on that coming up. But first, Tom, how are the roads? Showers and rain developing tonight, continuing throughout the day tomorrow, continuing throughout the day on Wednesday. By Thursday, we're going to start to see a bit of a break and our temperatures will get closer to seasonal. Not quite there. We should be around 14 for this time of year. By Friday, we're going to start to see the wraparound effect from that system. So the low is going to track east, but then what's behind it? We've got more rain on the way for Friday and into Saturday. Some areas are going to be a little bit warmer than others. Hamilton closer to seasonal. Do you know that I can't even rollerblade?
You can't?
Can't skate, can't rollerblade.
Really? Have you tried?
Yep.
You tried rollerblading?
I have.
Well, it's.
I can roller skate.
But you can't
roller
rollerblade.
Skate with the best of them.
But you can't skate or rollerblade.
No.
Well, you should maybe.
Skating. The reason I can't skate is because I don't like winter activities.
Maybe you should have some rehab. You know, get checked out.
Why?
Why not? Because you can't do either one.
That's because I don't want to.
Oh, you just don't want to. Okay. I thought you said you can't.
Oh. That's what I tell people.
But you could.
If I really wanted to.
If you really wanted to, right.
Yeah,
okay.
well, you won't be skating or rollerblading in the next couple of days, at least outside, because it's going to be cold. It's the same system that's causing all that devastation down towards the United States. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. We'll have your long-range details. But first, Tom, tell us about the gardener.
Bull. Emily's got details on your long range.
Yikes, that's a long time to get there. All right, rain on the way, so your commute tomorrow morning and afternoon is just going to be that much worse because it's going to be wet. And we've got a decent amount of rain. We're talking 30 to 40 millimeters from tonight until Wednesday. We do see a bit of a break on Thursday, but by Friday and Saturday, the wraparound effect from that low starts to affect us and we'll see more wet weather. But as we get closer to the weekend, temperatures are going to stay closer to seasonal levels. Yeah, mine's not going to last for 2 years. We do have showers developing later on this evening for extreme southwestern Ontario, moving into the GTA through the overnight and early morning, lasting all day. Wednesday is going to be wet as well. And then we start to see a bit of a clearing trend for Thursday. By Friday, wraparound effect from this low moves in, and Saturday looks as though it's going to be wet as well. From tonight to Wednesday, we're going to see anywhere between 30 and 40 millimeters of rain just along that 401 corridor, and temperatures for the next few days are staying below our seasonal average of 14.
This traffic.
Thanks so much, Kevin, and we'll talk about the rain that's on the way. It is a huge system that's down towards the United States, and unfortunately, it's a deadly tornado outbreak. Serious weather continuing again today through Alabama, through Oklahoma. Tornadoes ripped through Arkansas yesterday. Some of the pictures of the destruction is just devastating.
It really is. I mean, this thing was, they said up to a mile wide, half a mile in some sections, but it just touched the ground for such a long period of time. Devastation.
Yeah, it's not great. We'll continue to talk about that story, but first, let's take a look at our rainfall forecast towards the Windsor-London corridor. So if you do have travel plans down that way tomorrow afternoon, you may see some isolated non-severe thunderstorms. We just don't have that push of warm air and the dry air behind it to see more severe weather. We'll talk about your long-range forecast coming up in just a few moments. But first, Tom, give us the latest on the gardener. Normally he says 2 days or 2 hours or, maybe 2 months into the summer or something. But 2 years? At that point, I would consider moving. I really would. 7, 8 degrees for the next couple of days with that rain. Temperatures are going to be a little on the cool side. We'll see a bit of a dry slot for Thursday, but then rain moves back in for Friday and Saturday. Yeah, I can't rollerblade, but I can roller skate. But I haven't seen a pair of roller skates in, I don't know, about 15 years, 20
Just
years.
an add-on about rollerblading.
Yes.
There was a rollerblader coming in on the 401 at Franklin out in Kitchener. Rollerblading along the 401.
East or west?
Heading east. Maybe didn't want to take the Gardner. That's what I was saying earlier.
That's awful.
It'd be faster to rollerblade into the city.
No, it wouldn't. Don't do it.
Well, you
They
can't.
were for
Well, you
real.
can't do it. Yes, they were.
But just like for a second, right? And then they...
We're not exactly sure where they went, actually.
Don't do it. Do
No,
not
you're not allowed
rollerblade
to.
to work
No,
on the
okay.
401 or the Gardner.
But the Gardner would be faster than driving it.
I don't think it's legal for you to
No,
do
it's not
that,
legal.
is it?
No. I'm not counseling. I'm just suggesting.
Okay, well, we do have some active weather on the way, and I was just looking at some pictures on Twitter of the damage and destruction, the devastation, and thankfully, down towards the extreme southwestern portion of the province, so down towards London and in through Windsor, tomorrow afternoon, we could see some isolated, non-severe thunderstorms. Talk more about the long range in a moment, but first, here's Tom with traffic. I would. If I had to commute every single day downtown, I would not sit in traffic for 2 hours. I would move. If it's lasting for 2 years, I would move. 7, 8 degrees for tomorrow and into Wednesday. Temperatures cooler than our seasonal average. We're around 14 normally for this time of year. We're going to see a bit of a dry slot throughout the day on Thursday, but then the wraparound effect from that same low as it tracks east is going to bring us more rain throughout the day on Friday and Saturday, and temperatures will stay below our seasonal average all week throughout the GTA. Rain is certainly going to be an issue for the next few days. We've got that area of low pressure coming in from the United States, bringing us fairly heavy rain developing tonight through Wednesday. We're looking at about 30 to 40 millimeters of rain. It is going to be heavy at times, so your commute tomorrow morning is going to be wet. Your commute home is going to be wet tomorrow. Wednesday, very similar story. It's a very slow-moving low. By Thursday, it is going to start to clear out. We may even see a tiny little bit of sunshine, and temperatures getting closer to seasonal averages. By Friday, however, we'll see the wraparound of that system, so we are going to be staying mild, but wet weather returns just in time for the weekend. But it looks as though by Sunday things will improve. Another great edition of Weather IQ and fitting, talking about tornadoes. We've been talking about what's been happening in the United States, and we continue to follow that story for you, so stay with us for all of the updates. I'm Emily Vukovic. It's Monday. It is the 28th of April. We are seeing sunshine, but temperatures still below our seasonal average. Kevin Yar's been joining us all morning in Hamilton. And Kevin, every time I see you, you've kind of shed a layer. Earlier this morning, you were actually wearing your winter coat.
Yeah.
Or like me, you wipe out, and that is how you stop. I can roller skate, I just can't roller blade. Taking me back to the 80s, but that's okay. I can roller skate, no problem. I don't know if they make them anymore. 7 degrees for tomorrow, staying below our seasonal average. Wet weather on the way for both Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We get a bit of a break, but then the wraparound effect from the exact same low brings us more rain, getting us closer to the weekend. Your top 5 videos. You can check out all of our videos online at theweathernetwork.com. It's Monday. It is April the 28th. I'm Emily Vukovic. It is a cool start to the day. Earlier this morning, some areas were actually hovering around the freezing mark. Kevin Yard had his winter jacket on and his gloves, but now, Kevin, it looks as though things have started to warm up. Exactly. Thanks, Kevin. We've got some rain on the way, and quite a bit of it, about 30 to 40 millimeters. The rain will start tonight through extreme southwestern Ontario, moving through the GTA through the overnight and tomorrow morning, and it's going to continue right through to Wednesday. We will see a bit of a break for Thursday, but then the wraparound from the exact same system will bring us more wet weather into the weekend. Thanks, Kim. Around the world in 80 seconds. Thanks for joining us here on the Weather Network. I'm Emily Vukovic. It's Monday. It is the 28th of April, and enjoy the sunshine today while we have it. It's not going to last. It's actually going to disappear for the rest of the week. This is going to be affecting your commute into work and your commute home from work, and then your commute into work on Wednesday and your commute home from work on Wednesday. We're not going to start to see a break until Thursday. It is going to be fairly gusty as well. Winds gusting anywhere from 50 to 60 kilometers an hour tomorrow. The break is going to be short-lived for Thursday. On Friday and Saturday, we start to see the wraparound effect from the same low as it tracks its way east. We're looking at about 30 to 40 millimeters of rain anywhere along that 401 corridor. And keep in mind, if you're traveling through London or down towards Windsor tomorrow, there is a very slight risk of non-severe thunderstorms developing. Staying below our seasonal average for the next few days, we start to rebound by the end of the week. To check out all of our top 5 videos, you can just head to our website, theweathernetwork.com. It's Monday, it's the 28th of April. I'm Emily Vukovic. Thanks for joining us here at the Weather Network. Lots of sunshine to start your day, but temperatures have been a little on the cool side. You certainly want to dress for it. We are below seasonal yet again, Kevin, and you've been talking to people in Hamilton. What are they thinking about these below seasonal temperatures?
You always got to say yes.
Say yes, absolutely. Say yes. Yes, but we do have some rain on the way, but this afternoon we'll see some sunshine. Quite a bit of rain, and it is going to last for quite a long time. Tonight, tomorrow, into tomorrow night and Wednesday, wind gusts 50 to 60 kilometers an hour. A break for Thursday, rain comes back in with that same low, that wraparound for Friday and into Saturday. From tonight and into Wednesday, we're looking at about 30 to 40 millimeters right along that 401 corridor, and temperatures, unfortunately, are going to stay below our seasonal average. We should be closer to 14 for this time of year. We will see some sun for Thursday, a slight amount of sun, and temperatures getting closer to seasonal. It's our 25th anniversary here at the Weather Network. Coming up, we take a look back at the top 25 weather stories.
This one.
Celebrating our 25th anniversary here at the Weather Network. Make sure you stay tuned for all sorts of wonderful programming associated with it. I'm Emily Vukovic. It's Monday. It's the 28th of April. Temperatures today, cool. Some areas have actually started off around the freezing mark. Kevin Yard's been joining us live in Hamilton. And Kevin, people are starting to use fancy adjectives to describe today's temperature.
Yeah.
I saw them, Kevin. I tweeted out a picture of you hanging out with the wildlife. 30 to 40 millimeters of rain on the way anywhere through the 401 corridor starting tonight and into tomorrow. It will continue throughout the day on Wednesday. Temperatures are going to stay below our seasonal average, 7-8 degrees. By Thursday, we'll see a bit of a break and temperatures bumping up slightly, but then we see that wraparound effect. So Friday, Saturday, going to be a little bit damp throughout the GTA. Coming up, Chris May takes a look at another Weather IQ. You don't want to miss it. Asking Chris May for money never works. Thanks for joining us. Weather IQ, always a good time. It's Monday. It is the 28th of April, and we are seeing colder than average temperatures this morning. Some areas have actually been hovering around the freezing mark. Kevin Yard's been joining us in Hamilton, and it is now starting to warm up. And Kevin, I love that you were becoming one with wildlife this morning.
This is nice. This is nice. Got to take a picture.
Thanks so much, Kevin. I tweeted a picture of Kevin and some swans earlier this morning. Today, sunny, 9 degrees. We're going to start to see a break from this rain until Thursday. Winds are going to be gusting anywhere from 50 to 60 kilometers an hour throughout the day tomorrow as well. There's our little break for Thursday, and then the wraparound effect moves into the region throughout the day on Friday and Saturday. We're going to see some wet weather as well. Rainfall accumulations, we're looking at about 30 to 40 millimeters. Temperatures are going to stay below our seasonal average. We're only going to see a daytime high of 7 tomorrow, 8 for Wednesday. We bump back up for Thursday, and then we stay a little bit below our seasonal average right as we get into the weekend throughout the GTA. How often do you notice the street signs in the city of Toronto? Well, if you've ever wanted to own a piece of Toronto history, now you can. They're actually selling about 1,700 of these starting today. You can bid on them for auction. Decommissioned street names will be available to the public, so you can get your hands on them. And one of them might be Queen Street. Now, there's no list anywhere of what street signs there are, so you're just going to have to take a look. Toronto will be auctioning off some street signs, including Queen, Bloor. I think I saw one that was for Palmerston. I used to live on Palmerston. If you want the one that truly represents the city, go with the one that says construction. I had to laugh. How often do you notice the street signs in the city of Toronto? Well, if you've ever wanted to own a piece of Toronto history, now you can. They're actually selling about 1,700 of these starting today. You can bid on them for auction. Decommissioned street names will be available to the public, so you can get your hands on them. And one of them might be Queen Street. Now, there's no list anywhere of what street signs there are, so you're just going to have to take a look. Toronto will be auctioning off some street signs, including Queen, Bloor. I think I saw one that was for Palmerston. I used to live on Palmerston. If you want the one that truly represents the city, go with the one that says construction. I had to laugh.
Don't